Now, Alon, whose dick was that?
Oh, really? That's someone's penis?
That is a famous
Wait,
dick.
if I had a guess, do I have like a couple guesses or do I have like one shot at this?
I'll give you 3 to 5, depending on how close you get.
All right, so I think it's my top one is Russell Brand.
It's not Russell Brand's dick.
My second is Colin Jost.
No, it is. I'll give you a hint. It's not an actor, but movie person.
It's a movie Oh, Steven Spielberg.
I finally
Watched.
I finally
Watched.
I
Finally.
watched. I
Finally.
watched.
I finally
Watched.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of I Finally Watched. This is David.
And this is Alon. And I finally watched Popstar. Never Stop, Never Stopping. This was fun. This was a good one.
I knew, so you said how much you were enjoying it, and I knew that had to be because this is kind of a complete movie. Like the making a good movie was at the forefront rather than the jokes, even though it's very, very funny.
Right.
It's a very formulaic, like it is a VH1 behind the music documentary,
Well,
essentially.
it's making fun of like a couple of things that were happening around that time because the obvious one is the Justin Bieber documentary that came out around this time a couple
Never
years
say
before
never.
this. Never, yeah,
Right.
and uh, that, and then as I was watching, I was like, God, they're really like pinpointing. I wanted to say more so in sync than the Backstreet Boys, and that was before I saw Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, but it's also he's a rapper, so there's some Macklemore stuff in here too.
You think
Like
so? I don't
a
know
tiny
enough about Macklemore to like, you know.
well, the song about gay rights, like Macklemore's first CD, he had a song like that. Now it wasn't that was one of my favorite. Not gay, not gay. I
Yeah.
like boobies, not gay.
I've seen all of the music videos for all of these songs except a couple. A couple of them really surprised me, but I've seen all of these thinking years ago, thinking that they were Lonely Island SNL sketches.
Right.
And I mean, it's not too far away from the truth, but uh what I enjoyed about it is that it never painted him as like the hero.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, there was a little bit of a redemption arc, but in like the redemption of a moron, to where
Yeah,
he like
exactly.
just a tiny bit of growth. You know,
Like
there is one.
it's not like they're treating him like MacGruber where he does everything wrong and he's unlikable. There's actually aspects of which he is likable, but like he's an idiot,
He comes
right?
across as your friend who's like lost his way rather than just a guy who's an asshole who has to learn to not be an asshole.
And the
He's a
audience
guy
can sympathize with that.
he's a guy who got really famous and didn't handle it well and had to come back from that. One of the flaws in this movie though is that we're supposed to believe that the music in his solo CD is not good. And before we started, I started doing that dab, 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 like that.
Yeah.
I am the most I'm the humblest. I'm the top of the humble list. Like that song is so good.
Yeah. Well, I
I
think they really didn't like the gay rights one, right? That
He's like,
was
"Oh,
the
that
one
song
that
was
came
offensive."
that's the one that came out that dude, I the best one of the best jokes was when he's going through the reviews and he's like, it's a -4 out of 10. I
It's a dog
assume
shit emoji.
yeah. And then the best one, he's like, oh, here we go. A triumph from the Onion.
Yeah.
So mixed. It's
Yeah, it's
great.
a great joke. Yeah, I think this has a lot going for it. One, there's just so many cameos. I read
Yeah.
something that doesn't necessarily make sense, but that some of the quotes they got from like 50 Cent and Nas were like asking them about the Beastie Boys, and that's why they were talking so like glowingly about Uh,
I thought all of a sudden they became like really good actors.
is it the Style Boys? Is that the name? I, like,
Yeah.
completely blanked on it, yeah. I I mean, I think a lot of them were. Well, first of all, 50 Cent is, like, good in this type of stuff. Like, he is good at, like, I don't say he's a good actor, but, like, good in this little role of, like,
You can
playing
get like
himself
5
and saying
seconds of
something
good stuff
funny,
from him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's very funny. Not I did wonder when Nas was like, "This is the second saddest I've ever been after Josh Charles was killed on The Good Wife." I was like, "Does he know what any of those words mean at all?"
The one that I actually like, the 2 that I enjoy the most was Questlove and
Yeah.
ASAP. I really liked ASAP stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was good too. There was some people who you could tell that were like they were in it once. So you're like, they got just they they needed as many famous people as they could get to really like well round the movie, but they're like, we're not getting a lot from you, so you're not going to appear a lot. Nas is in it a ton, 50 Cent's in it a ton. I think Simon Cowell's in it like twice, I remember. But then like
Usher's in it like once.
no, because he comes back to dance.
Does he? Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Shit,
he's in
yeah.
it multiple times. I think Carrie Underwood's in it like one time,
Carrie
from what I can
Underwood is
remember.
in it one time, but she's in it for literally, and I counted, 2 seconds.
Right, yes, that's interesting. The Martin Sheen cameo where he beats the shit out of him is very much like almost it's not, I don't think an homage, but it almost feels like an homage to Bob Barker from, like, Happy Gilmore.
I
Just
can
like,
see
"Oh,
that.
shit, is that Martin Sheen beating the shit out of that guy?"
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, so there's so much stuff like what this movie is able to do in its short amount of time is pack a lot of jokes in itself, but also there's like a good flow with it. It doesn't seem bombarded in a bad way, but it is back to back to back to back jokes. And one of my favorite ones is when they're like kind of selling out to the appliance store.
Yeah.
I do want to say, I'm going to preemptively say that there's so much stuff happening in this movie.
Yeah, you can't keep up.
There's no way that you and I are going to be able to hit everything in this podcast.
Correct.
But, we'll do the highlights. We'll do our best. But the Maya Rudolph with the hard R took me so off guard.
Maya Rudolph kills the movie in just, like, her one little bit. First of all, like, the Deborah, the saying the word, and you Tim Meadows in the back like, "Oh, the hard R, okay."
Okay.
She is so good in such a small little part, like, it is pretty amazing, but there's so many people like that. I was gonna ask before we, like, kinda get through it, we can start going through it. How many, like, Andy Samberg movies have you seen? Like,
I
y
I've seen Hot Rod. I really liked Hot Rod when I saw it. I'm curious, and that was when it came out. I'm curious now watching it if I if I would like it the same.
you haven't
I
seen any, so he has other mockumentaries. He has 7 Days in Hell, which is a tennis one, and then
Nope,
he has, I think, is it called Tour de Hell, which is a Tour de France mockumentary that are
nope.
both pretty excellent. The one I think we really should do is Palm Springs, which I know you haven't seen.
No, I haven't seen it, but I actually wanted to see it when I saw the
It
review, or
is
not the reviews, but the trailers.
it is an awesome movie, like, and that was like a COVID movie, that came out that time, so it's like a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
people
yeah.
kinda saw it.
No, I really liked Hot Rod, and I remember Hot Rod kind of making me feel like it was kind of like making fun of Napoleon Dynamite in some ways.
Yeah, when, like, Andy Samberg was coming through, he was on SNL at a time when I was already over SNL, and then I don't know if I had, like, some hesitation to him being like, "Oh, well, this is," he's, like, on SNL, like, it's past its prime, like, whatever, and then you kinda see a little bit of it, and then I was like, "Oh, Hot Rod looks stupid," and then I saw Hot Rod. I think the thing that won me over is the song they did. They did the Flock of Seagulls parody song of Iran, about the country Iran and the leader,
Yeah.
with, Adam Levine from Maroon 5 singing on it, and
Well,
it
he's
is
in
like,
this too.
yes, yeah, he is. It is like my one, I, like, love that song. I don't think it actually, like, you can, like, just listen to it. I have to, like, go watch the SNL skit to listen to the song, but I love that one.
The The memory that I have, like, God, this must have been like 16, 7. When was he on SNL? What years? Because I have this super, super early memory of like going on vacation with my parents, being like a little kid, being like maybe 13. But that was 20 years ago. Was he really on SNL 20 years ago?
2005 to 2012.
Fuck. So yeah, he was
2005 was 20 years ago. Oh shit.
21 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, so I have a memory of being like 12 and 13 and hanging out with like, you know how you like make quick friends on vacation and like back then you never kept in touch with them because there was no such thing as social media. God, we're old. Shit. But anyways, I remember one guy saying that another guy looked like Andy Samberg. And yeah, no, that was 21 years ago. Holy fuck.
Another guy said another guy looked like Andy Samberg. That's all you got?
Yeah, but
All right, well.
no one would have known who Andy Samberg was unless, he was on SNL at the time.
And I think maybe like of that, like the later period, like one of the most successful people to come out of there with like the Lonely Island stuff,
Lonely
this and
Island raised SNL's like viability for a
well,
couple
because
more
it was
years.
it kind of the point I was making is like of people who were like, oh, SNL isn't funny anymore. Most of them would say like, well, except for Lonely Island.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember Saturday Night Live watching it with my parents, and Lonely Island just dropped. I think it was Dick in a Box,
Yeah.
and it was like I remember being like, oh, with my parents Saturday night, we're gonna watch Saturday Night Live. We turn it on. It's Dick in a Box, and I was like,
It's my dick in a box.
holy
It's my
fucking
dick in
shit.
a box, baby. Yeah, it's a great one. So I love the interview style opening. I love all the celebs we're seeing. And then the first thing that really made me laugh was when he's like, yeah, my songs are my love letters. And that stage is the bedroom. And that's where we fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
And then most humblest, top of the humblest, that song is amazing. Tim Meadows again as the manager. I love when he's like, yeah, he has 36 people on the payroll. There's the guy that punches him in the nuts to remind him where he came from. There's the perspective manipulator who's really short. Like there's so many like great little tiny jokes.
The the
And
the B plot story of Tim Meadows' character being part of a Tony, thing. I'm
yeah.
like, that's so fucking random, but this is the kind of shit I mean by it's like it's just
Tony?
in the movie.
Tony? So when he has the gay song and you have Ringo Starr saying, he wrote the song like being gay is not allowed. It's allowed now.
One of the best. One of the best. Yeah. Also, like they're making fun of a lot of musical artists in this. Like,
Yeah,
the
he was quoted as saying that because a lot of people thought because Never Say Never is the Justin Bieber documentary and this is Never Stop Never Stopping, and he's like, I'm making fun of like music as a whole, not just Bieber.
no, definitely not just Bieber. I mean, there's a lot of things that transcend Bieber in this, but one of the things was when they they were making the sellout deal with the appliances, being like, I don't know how everyone's gonna feel about random music just showing up in their house. Obviously, it's that hit to like U2's album just showing up on everyone's iPod.
And I don't know if people remember, like if you remember this part of it. The part that made people mad wasn't necessarily that it was put on there. Initially, there was no way to get it off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still on my account. I'm
which,
pretty
which
sure.
is like not the biggest deal, but I think people were mad like I can't opt out of this, and like that
Well,
was obviously a big fuck up.
think about like every appliance you have if it's by the same company. Your microwave, your oven, your toaster, and they're all like like from what I gather, it wasn't an on and off button. They just started playing the fucking songs.
Yeah. I love Imogen Poots in this movie. Her character is great. Just like
Ashley Wednesday? Yeah.
I saw those couples that they were will they won't they, and they're always in the tabloids, and I knew I wanted to be one of those.
No, she says
And
people don't know if they're real or they're fake, and that's when I knew I wanted to be one of those. And the look that Andy Samberg gives her, like, what?
I thought the TMZ parody was like pretty dumb, except for how committed they were to it, and then it made me laugh.
Yep. Yeah, but
because
I
it
mean
is
it is too like by the book.
correct, and the whole skit is just to be like, TMZ is the fucking worst. This show like the show version of it sucks so
Yeah.
hard. That is like the whole point of that parody. Is to be like those people suck.
Yeah, I know, but it worked. The best part of the whole thing, in my opinion, was the proposal to Ashley Wednesday, where he
The
gets the
wolves.
wolves and Seal is singing. And yeah, the wolves attacking everyone and then killing Seal is hilarious. And he's like, and this ended up in the trailer. I remember it so vividly, where Seal fights off one of the wolves. Andy Samberg is like, amazing, and he's like, yeah, that's not my first run in with wolves. How do you think I got these scars? It's it's an amazing clip to put in a trailer. But the best part
It's
about it, I thought, was the argument between the managers, where they were like, "Hey, you're gonna have to tell him to stop singing. It's really messing up the wolves." And he's like, "You're not gonna have me tell Seal to stop singing."
you know what is interesting to me is similar to the Maya Rudolph thing, like saying the N word with a hard R, like purposely saying it that way, and Seal, who like being like, "How did I get these scars?" Because I think most people assume that that's like a sore subject with Seal that he doesn't want to discuss or whatever. Whose idea were those jokes? Was
Oh
it
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
the white directors telling Maya Rudolph, like, "Can you say it, but like you say it incorrectly? Like, can you say it all like weird?" You know what I mean? So I don't know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then like
Would it be funny if it's like going up to her and being like, "Oh, that was Maya, Maya, that was a great delivery.
can you say it
We're gonna
whiter?
just try it a different little way."
Can you say it whiter? And then like, Seal, what do you think about addressing this? Just your face. Can we use it? So yeah, I just find it that interesting. The one of the funniest things to me is Bill Hader, the Flatliners bit, just out of nowhere, like a
Oh
complete non
yeah, so
sequitur.
random.
So good.
So yeah, I like the
He once again,
flatline. I get that idea from the movie Flatliners.
but I just him and Maya Rudolph coming in and just like like taking over the movie for a little bit, right? Like
Yeah.
that's how good they are is that they can come in and just be like, "All right,
Also,
this is
where
mine
is he
now."
getting flatlined? It looks like some sort of like steampunk, like underground shit. Like,
Yeah,
what is this?
great. The next song we're introduced to is "She Wants Me to Fuck Her Harder Than the U.S. Government Fucked Bin Laden."
So I love that song. I think it's a great song. Taylor, who was watching this with me, was like, I think they've gone too far.
That's the point.
And I was like, that's the point. Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, I feel like there's other more offensive stuff in this movie. But I was like, that's a great song.
I love when he gets the EDM head for his DJ, who so it's Lawrence, and then I'm like, what's the other guy's name? Owen. When he gets the DJ head for Owen, and he comes up with all the fake EDM band names. He's like, EDM is popping so much right now, and then like R2D2, CD, like all of those, like were so good.
Elton John.
Yeah, ending with Elton John. The pranks, and then he's like, "Did you shit in the Anne Frank house?" And then he does the "Do not go in there." That's from Ace Ventura, y'all.
uh, we got to talk about Hunter, right? That was
Yeah,
like a big pivotal point in the movie where he brings on this like insane dude. I thought the reason that they brought him on was to drive a wedge more in between him and Owen,
right.
which a little bit it did, but I didn't see like a horrible falling out between him and Hunter. But it was fun. It was funny. But I was like, oh man, this dude is like
The worst.
I was like, there's no way that he did not mess with the changing outfits thing. And then at the end where he's like, I did it. I was like, fuck yeah, I knew it.
I love when that happens. He's like, "I really want to show my dick right now to everybody." And he's like, "It's only 10 seconds." He's like, one of my favorite jokes. It's 10 seconds is an eternity. It's a third of the way to Mars. And he's like, "We've been over this. That's the name of a band. It's not a fact."
Dude, when I first saw, in his posse, the guy who kind of looks like
Yeah, yeah,
Jared
yeah, yeah.
Leto,
He
I
look
thought
yeah.
that was Jared Leto at first.
It honestly would it have made you like Jared Leto more if he was just like, "Yes, I will be in this movie as the guy who's just the hanger-on for the entire movie"?
It would make me like him more, but the bar is already so low that it wouldn't have helped much.
But it's just like I think part of like obviously there's all of the like I guess controversy surrounding him or whatever, the tweets from James Gunn and whatever one of the twins from Big Daddy or whatever saying he's into younger girls.
The
But
Sprouse twins.
yeah, I forget which Sprouse. But I think a lot of people don't like him because he also just takes himself so seriously.
I went to a 30-second. Have you ever been to one of his concerts?
Yeah.
Okay. So the arena was not sold out, and it was like an embarrassing amount of empty seats in the front. So towards like the middle, he was like, everyone in the back, everyone in the middle, like, come up here.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, they've really fallen off. They're not as popular as they once were.
That honestly can happen. I've had that happen to several like random people. It's just I don't know if it's like a lot of it's just like what part of the country you go to, right?
Yeah, but you think 30 seconds, I think it was in Alabama, but you think 30 Seconds to Mars is as hot as it ever was?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that also can like misjudging the location versus I went to Lupe Fiasco in St. Augustine. I just don't think, the front section didn't sell it for that. I just don't think that maybe is his area.
It
I think that might
sounded
have been the issue.
like a problem,
What do you mean?
like a fiasco.
Jeez Louise. Uh, the Jeep song and Nas is like, I didn't relate to that song because I have different things in my Jeep. It was such a good joke. And then we
Yeah.
already talked about the proposal, and then Jimmy Fallon. He goes on Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon gets him to do the what the fucking donkey dance. I forget what it was called.
Well, you know what's so great about that? It's like I'm not sure if Jimmy Fallon even realized that they're
Donkey
making
roll.
fun of donkey roll. What'd you say? Donkey what? Before
Is it
roll?
donkey dance? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's so much worse.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. But I don't know if Jimmy Fallon realized that they were making fun of him pretty hard.
I don't think it was that hard. I think it was a little light roasting of
Getting
what.
celebrities to like do stuff that they clearly don't want to do for like a gimmick, and then putting him in like the realm of the celebrity. Like I feel like that's
I don't
gimmicky
think
shit he
it's
loves
that
to
bad.
do all the time.
His Conquest album looked like he was doing the Nazi salute, which is also just a very like went completely under the radar, was like never mentioned. But if you look at it, his hand is out, and the way the graphics are on it looks like really bad too.
Mm.
So this is when Owen decides to do the Parent Trap thing, so they can all be buddies. Timberlake gets yelled at for singing. Timberlake is very funny in this movie.
Timberlake is actually one of my like the best cameo. Well, apart him and Weird Al are like two of these like top cameos in this.
Timberlake's had a tough run recently, so a lot of people like shit on him, but no, I like this is the type of stuff that I really love him in. My one and only fun fact, when they all get in the limo together and you just see the dick in the background on the window, made
He's like,
me
this is why the people love me. Yeah.
now, Alon, whose dick was that?
Oh, really? That's someone's penis?
That is a famous dick.
Wait, if I had a guess, do I have like a couple guesses or do I have like one shot at this?
I'll give you 3 to 5, depending on how close you get.
All right, so I think it's my top one is Russell Brand.
It's not Russell Brand's dick.
My second is Colin Jost.
No, it is. I'll give you a hint. It's not an actor, but movie person.
It's a movie Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, that was Spielberg's dick. No, it was Judd Apatow's dick.
Oh, really?
Because he said, "I've asked so many people to get naked that it's like, hey, it's my turn to do it." So that is his dick. I love the way
Wow.
he like takes the thing to grab it in the bed, and now knowing that it was his, the way he like flips the sack in there too, it had me dying.
It's pretty good.
Ugh,
Did you catch the Weird Al cameo?
no,
No?
I did not.
It was at the end of the movie. He was in full makeup. He looked completely different. But he was the front man of the band Hammerleg when they were accepting the Poppies right before Style Boys came on.
Oh, was he the middle guy?
Yeah, he was the one
Okay.
talking. He was like giving his acceptance speech.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I completely
That's
missed
it.
that. So fights with Hunter during the concert. He's like, "You got to fire him." He's like, "Well, actually, I'm his manager now." He knocks over his papers. Have fun collating. You know, collating isn't fun. Is a great little line. And then the dog shit in the pancakes. He's like, "Oh, see, you passed the test." He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm out of here." And he's like, "Why are you getting mad? You're the only one that passed the test."
Yeah, yeah. I
And
I
then
actually I like the stuff with Lawrence, like cutting back to the farm,
he's just
and
terrible.
and it's like his woodworking thing is so funny. Uh, but then their reconciliation is, I thought, was actually really well done. Like I believed it. Like they weren't there and they were like sorry. They like took their time to really flesh it out. The fact that he's secretly growing like a shit ton of pot, and then all of a sudden this becomes like a pothead movie
Yeah.
for 5 seconds, and then him saying no to the Poppy Awards because they had an opening because Taylor Swift was arrested for murder
It's also
is
very good.
probably the best, like the joke that has aged
Ages
the best.
correct. Or
Yeah.
it's aged in a way that it's like it's even more of an absurd joke now because like she was obviously huge 10 years ago when this came out, but in the last 3 to 5 years she's the biggest star on the planet, maybe. I guess America. Those K-pop bands can't really be stopped. So, yeah, no, that joke is aged very well. I love when his turtle dies, like having like the premise of his turtle being so important to him and dying, and that being the thing that really shocks him back to reality. As they have like the Valhalla funeral, and then everyone jumps in the pool as the turtle's just floating on fire.
But then what makes him want the reconciliation with Lawrence and the Style Boys is realizing through home video his friends gave him
The
Maximus.
turtle. I love when she takes him out and sees Owen, and like Owen's beats are very good, and they start singing. He's like a little pitchy, and then she's like, "You look
His
like Nazi
disguise?
propaganda."
Oh, that was a killer. And I'm sure she came up with it.
And then I can't take you seriously because you look like Jason Segel right now is also funny because Judd Apatow talking shit about Segel is funny.
I First of all, I didn't think he looked like Jason Segel at all. But Matthew
It-
Modine with a bee allergy was really good.
His monologue where he goes through all of the scenarios of writing the catchphrase song to being like, "Oh, now I remember. I wasn't even there. You did write the entire thing." Is a great monologue.
No, but that's what I mean by like taking their time to actually flesh out make the apology make sense. And him coming to the realization is part of that. I like that a lot.
So when they get to the poppies, there's a couple funny jokes. The Snoop Dogg documentary crew, surprise motherfucker, it's Snoop, and then all the documentary crews get like locked into each other,
Yeah.
and then young Hunter comes off after trying to sell an ad during the award show, and he yells at Tim Meadows, "Say that again, young blood! I will eat your fucking head."
Before that, didn't he tell Mariah Carey to shut the fuck up?
And she's, "Oh, I thought you were gone." Yeah, Mariah Carey, that was funny too. She was good. I mean, she's just playing a version of herself, but like she was good. And then only have 3 minutes left, so you have to decide which song to do. And the lady's just like, "Well, yeah, he's really making a meal of this." Oh wait, he's looking at them now. He's looking at them. She apparently, because she makes out with Lawrence later, she is Akiva Schaffer, who plays Lawrence. That's his wife.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
there you go. Nice little moment there.
That's good. That's nice. I love one of my favorite parts at this end scene is them cutting to random people in the audience, and it's clearly cuts from a bunch of different award shows,
Correct. Yeah.
and it's so funny.
A lot of the crowd reactions are apparently from One Direction concerts. Like
That's
not
even
this, but like
funnier.
other the other
Yeah.
so this last song is incredible. Michael Bolton is incredible. I know he like took a lot of shit from once Office Space come out, but this last song's amazing.
So, like years ago, I watched music videos for a lot of these songs, right? And one of the ones that came up that it said it was part of this movie was like a song about like fuck you parents, like fuck off, I think it's called. And I was really looking forward to that in the movie. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever heard because it's just a bunch of stuff Andy Samberg is telling children to say to their adults in their life, their parents, their teachers, like, "Hey, if you're like up in my fucking face, you can fuck off." But it's really catchy. So there's cuts back to the audience of like literal children
Yeah.
going fuck off. Like it is hilarious, but it was cut from the movie. There was also one where he was like on the street freestyling with like a bunch of people, kind of like a 8 Mile reference, and that was also cut from the movie.
Yeah.
But you can watch those on YouTube. I quite enjoy them.
I have the Blu-ray. I also have, which is currently listed on eBay because it's going for a little bit. The steelbook of this is him with a flamethrower at a huge fucking bee,
Oh
which is the
my
part we forgot. He's
god.
like, "Camera guy, tell me you got that." He's like, "No, you told me not to film." It's just that there are so many like bits that are just like fucking like were they high when they wrote this? Because they just completely go off in like a crazy direction and they're so good. Like the flatliners, that like all of them. It's just it is a really funny movie. And you know, to your point about we can't go through every joke, the rewatchability of this of like stuff you've missed
Yeah.
is really high for this movie too.
Well, you were talking about MacGruber. It's like, do we want to show this to other people? And I was like, not really.
You got to
But
bring that up again.
I would show this to people.
Well, thanks for listening to another episode of I Finally Watched. This is David.
And this is Alon, and I finally watched Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping.